Welcome to this video. Um, this is a video on the game Axis and Allies 1942 second edition, and I've recently been watching several very interesting strategy videos on YouTube. Some of them by a guy who calls himself Charlemagne. The other one is called Jonathan Meyer, I think. Really great stuff, very educational. Lately, I've been watching, well, not watching, but playing quite a lot of Revised and Global and Europe 1940, that kind of thing. But it's very easy to lose sight of the smaller games of Axis and Allies, which can also be a lot of fun and well, also very challenging. One thing that I haven't seen covered in any of those videos yet is Egypt, which is why I've been focusing the image on Egypt all the time. Now, what happens a lot? Germany usually attacks it, and there's not much you can do about it because the UK plays after Germany. What Germany usually does is they will engage with the tank and the infantry from Libya. The battleship and the transport, usually combined with a fighter plane, will take out the destroyer. So that does mean that there's a naval battle and there's no shore bombardment, but still the transport will usually be loaded with, for instance, this infantry here and the artillery, or perhaps an infantry and a tank. And usually Germany will send along the bomber as well. And all of that combined is usually more than enough to take Egypt. Now, what can you do? And I've heard some people say, well, Egypt is not all that important and you will lose it anyway. Well, probably sooner or later you will lose it. But, you know, the whole idea for the Allies is to delay the Axis as much as possible so that the Allies have enough time to build up to seriously threaten Germany. And the reason why I do not like losing Egypt too easily is because it opens up the back door to the Caucasus. It's only 3 spaces away, 1, 2, 3. And also it opens up all of Africa. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 IPCs which are to be had there, and you cannot really expect any help from India because the Brits will be much too busy there fighting off the Japanese in the first place if they manage to do that at all. So what can you do? And it's easy to overlook, and it's a bit of a gamble, obviously. But what you can do is you can fly over the fighter from Moscow. So that would be a 1, 2, 3, 4 move. That does mean it doesn't get to fight. It also means that people may think, but wait a minute, aren't you weakening the Russian front then? Well, as I said, I don't necessarily think so because it's kind of the back door into the Caucasus anyway. So you are defending Russia, but just it's a kind of forward defense. And then you have, well, an artillery and an infantry, which you can easily afford to lose. The tank, which we'll probably lose as well, but the 2 fighters, well, it will probably ensure that Germany doesn't win in the first round and takes heavy casualties, and they might even not take it at all. They might also opt to land in Transjordan, but then you can counterattack from Egypt, or I don't know what exactly you would do about that. That is, of course, an option as well, that they land there, but then they will land there with 2 pieces only, because these, of course, cannot go right through Egypt. So those are my thoughts on Egypt, and I wonder what you think of them.